little bit. What's up, guys? How's it going? Happy Tuesday. It is April 21st. Hope you guys had a good workout yesterday. I'm going to go over a little bit of Muay Thai practice for you guys today. And then we'll be right back here at 12:15 with the conditioning and fitness workout for you. What's up, Nana? How you doing? Anybody else who's popping in to follow along, make sure you say hello so I can interact and say hi to you and know who I'm talking to. If you're watching this video later on in the day, good for you. Make sure you get your work in while we're in quarantine here. Other things we'll have going on, we have our Twitch stream today at 4, and then tomorrow we'll be back with 3 more streams for you guys to follow along with here on the YouTube channel. We'll have another Twitch stream at 4 tomorrow. There will be no live Zumba tomorrow. That'll be back on Friday. But yeah, make sure you guys are getting your workouts in. Stay strong. Do your best to get your fitness in and get your training in. We're going to give it a couple of moments, let everybody else get in who wants to be here and check out the stream. Today, I want to kind of recap some of the switch step stuff we were working last week, a little bit of the Thai stance, and get into some of our 4 counts. And then if we have time towards the end, I want to go over some knees and stuff like that. So should be fun. Make sure you guys got a little bit of space, got some water. And we'll go ahead and get started. All right, for our warm-up today, we're going to do 1 minute. First, I just want you guys jumping up and down. Okay, you got your invisible jump rope. Move your hands in a circle. Just want to get the calves warmed up, get the blood in the legs pumping. Good. Next minute, we're going to do walking knees. Okay, so you got a little space. I want you to reach forward as if you were grabbing the back of someone's head. You're going to step forward, knee. Okay, after your knee, put that foot down. Then you're going to step, knee with the other leg. Okay, just keep walking the knees back and forth. A lot of room. You can go in a line for a little bit longer. If you just got a little bit of space, just throw 1 or 2 knees and then turn around. Right? Turn around. 1, 2. Turn around. 1, 2. And as I'm walking forward with the knees, notice what I'm doing with my arms, right? Pulling them in, right? Just as if I did have an opponent or was grabbing the back of their head. I'm pulling their head down to the knee. Okay? Keep walking back and forth. 30 more seconds. Try to lift up on the ball of your foot as you need. Okay. Good. Okay. Next one. We're just going to go back and forth as if we were shielding the kick or checking the kick. Okay, you're going to lift one leg and the other. The idea is you want to bring the knee up to the elbow and point your leg out at a 45-degree angle. Okay, so as if we were checking our leg kick or the kick to the rib. I'm just shielding, putting it down. Shielding, putting it down. Okay, we'll do that one for 1 minute. Okay, this will help warm the hips up real good. Okay. Go ahead and begin. And just keep picking them up one at a time. Almost there, guys. Good. All right. Next round, we're going to do fire hydrants or outer thigh raises. All right. You're going to bend the knees slightly. Okay. You can lean forward a bit to help with balance. And all you're going to do is raise the leg up, put it down. Okay. I want you to do it 5 times on one leg, and then switch and do 5 on the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Try to keep the knees slightly bent. Just raise it out to the side. Okay. Go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then do the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then switch back. And again, we're just opening up the hips, warming up the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, keep switching. Just to even it out, I'm going to finish up this other side despite the bell. Okay, good. Now shake those legs out. Last one we'll do for the warm-up is just our switch step. So back and forth, we're just going to keep switching our legs, okay? Hopping up and down, stay on the ball of your foot. Catch your breath. You got about 10 seconds. Okay. And hands up. Go. And I want you guys to keep your hands up while you do this one. Doesn't have to be a really big switch. Okay, let's stretch out a little bit. Hands on our hips, neck rotations, move your head in a circle. Okay, other way. Good, and side bend, over to the side. Good, switch, other side. Good, arm rotations. Okay. Good, now switch, go forward. Or if you started off swinging your arms forward, go backward. Okay, bear hug, swing your arms back and forth, give yourself a big hug. And when you swing those arms open, really try to open up the chest, especially after those push-ups and all those arm workouts we did yesterday. Gotta make sure we loosen up these shoulders, these arm muscles, chest muscles. Good, and then twist your body side to side. helping you loosen up the spine, loosen up the abdomen. And hip rotations. Move your hips in a circle. Okay, other way. Okay, now we're going to get down to a nice deep lunge. Take one foot, step it back behind you, go down to your knee. Okay, make sure you let your lead foot come out kind of far in front. Okay, I want you to really get a good stretch in the hips here. Okay, my back foot's just flat on the ground, toes pointing behind me. And then I'm going to lean forward and push this hip down into the floor. Okay, lean forward and hold it. Okay, switch. Remember, make sure that foot comes out far in front of you. And then back leg nice and flat. Push forward, lean your hip down towards the floor. All right, good. Stand up, shake those legs out, shake those arms out, nicely done. Okay, go ahead and grab yourself a drink. All right, now just a little recap of our switch step that we're working last week to set up our 4 count. And then after that, I want to get into our 4 counts, okay? Not just the standard 4 count, but we'll go over the reverse 4 count, the rear leg 4 count, and the lead leg 4 count, okay? So first off, starting with the stance. Okay, last week we worked on an easy way to get to your stance. Take one foot, whatever your dominant foot is. Okay, if you're right-handed, which most of us are, it'll be your right foot. If you're left-handed, you'd be a southpaw, and your left foot will come out. Okay, but either way, the back foot points out to the side. Your front foot points straight, like an L. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, without lifting your foot off the ground, turn your toes back straight forward. Okay, step 3. Turn on your heel again. We're not lifting the foot off the ground. Now my foot's facing off to the side. And then step 4, you're going to turn that back foot to a 45-degree angle, so it's diagonal. Okay? Your front foot should be facing straight. Your back foot faces diagonal. Okay? Now, like you got out of the shower and you had a towel and you're wrapping it around the back of your head. You bring your fists right here in front of your face. Make sure they stay about eye level. Okay. Now the weird part about the Thai stance, the tricky part, the rhythm. Okay. You're gonna first start by making a circle with your hands. Okay. The hands go away from the face and then back towards the face in a circular motion. Pretend like you're banging on a drum. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I don't want to drop my hands that low, obviously, in a fight or a self-defense situation, but this is just a good way to practice getting the rhythm. All right. After you get comfortable with that, you bring it back up to the eye level, like we were holding that towel around the back of our head. Still making a circle with our hands, and then we're just going to rock back and forth. Okay. As I'm rocking back and forth, and I get comfortable with that, and I'm moving my hands at the same time, I'm going to slowly start to lift on my front foot a little bit. Okay. So I'm kind of tapping my foot as I rock back. Okay. Now, a lot of Thai fighters use this rhythm 1 to help them stay loose, right? Something that's in motion can remain in motion much easier, opposed to if we were all stiff, okay, just standing still in our stance like a robot and trying to force our punches and kicks and knees and elbows, right? But if we're loose and we're kind of relaxed here, it's a lot easier for us to stay fluid and stay moving without, going from a complete stop. Okay. The other thing Thai fighters will use this for is timing and rhythm. Okay. What they'll do is they'll sync up with their opponent. Okay. They'll watch how their weight is transferring back and forth. And then as soon as that moment's correct or that weight comes on that front leg, bang, they'll try to attack it. okay? Or their opponent thinks they're going to attack or move slow, right? But instead, they go from a nice lulling pace to a fast, explosive attack, right? So it kind of tricks the opponent sometimes, right? There's a lot of different things they use that for, okay? What I always like to think of is the cobra snake, right? When the snake charmer is playing the song and the snake's kind of swaying back and forth, right? That's what you want to be like. You want to emulate that kind of swaying, stalking kind of rhythm, okay? So work on that if you haven't since last week. And then on the switch step, let's break that down just a little bit to recap it, all right? The reason I'm using this switch step, one, is to get some power with my lead leg, okay? If I'm in my stance here, my left leg's in front, and I just pick my leg up and swing it here, okay? I don't have a lot of power. It's not going to be a very strong kick, okay? I need to get this hip behind me, okay? So I could just switch my feet here and then kick, but that's kind of slow, right? The opponent might be able to counter or attack me before I get the chance to throw my kick. So I want to switch my feet quickly, right? Here. That loads up this hip and allows me to follow through with the kick, all right? Now, a couple of things to note. When you're switching, all right, as I plant this foot to save a little time, I like to put my foot out at a 45-degree angle. As we know, to turn over that hip and throw a good roundhouse kick, you have to pivot or turn your foot on the base leg. Okay, so if I'm kicking with my rear leg, I have to turn my foot. Notice how my toes are now pointing that way, right? Same thing if I go to kick with my left leg. When I go to kick, I have to pivot, okay? My toes have to face that way. Got it? So what I like to do to save time, instead of switching my toes facing forward and then pivoting as I kick, I like to already turn my foot. Now, some of you should be able to do this. Some of you, if you have trouble with the flexibility in your hips or in your foot, you might not be able to pre-turn that foot, okay? But what I like to do is when I switch here, my foot's already turned, okay? I lift up on the ball of my foot, and then I turn the hip over to follow through on the kick, all right? So that's one tip. You can try that one if you like that. If not, just switch your feet, okay? And then as you throw the kick, pivot on that base leg. Either one is fine. Neither one is right or wrong, all right? But I'm just giving you a couple of tips on how I like to do it. Another thing for balance, okay? If you're throwing that switch here and you notice you're kind of falling off balance a bit, step out a little more at a 45-degree angle with that right foot when you switch. So opposed to just going here, see how my foot just came forward? When I go to switch, I stepped out, okay? So it didn't just go straight forward when I switch, 45-degree angle. This really loads the hip up, okay? And it gives me a little extra balance to recover from the kick, all right? So there's just a couple little tips for you. Try them out, see if they work for you. If not, find which way works for you. But the main thing is you got to work on that balance, okay? You got to work on the setup, and you got to make sure you can make it smooth, so that way eventually after you make it smooth, you can make it fast, okay? Now, the little drill we're going to get into next, this is, I've heard someone call it the Sinchai switch drill, all right? If you guys don't know who Sinchai is, he's one of the greatest Thai boxers alive right now who's still competing. The guy's phenomenal. He competes in Muay Thai, and yeah, he's just phenomenal guy. So do yourself a favor, go look up some highlight videos or some YouTube videos of him when you're done this stream, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But for this drill, we're going to switch 2 times and then throw a kick, all right? So on our spot here, we're going to switch 1, 2, kick, okay? This foot's going to come down in front of you, and then you're going to switch 2 times. 1, 2, kick. So each time you do it, it should be with the opposite leg, all right? If you're doing it correctly, the leg that you're kicking with will be set behind you, okay? So if I start in my stance here with my left foot forward and my right foot in the back, it'll be 1, 2, kick. If I put this foot in front of me, now my left leg is in the back, my right foot's forward. I do it again. 1, 2, kick, okay? We're just going to keep alternating nice and slow with that drill and work on switching staying in balance. Okay, don't worry about kicking too high or too fast right now. Just work on the footwork. Okay, I'm gonna set our clock for 2 minutes. Okay, get in a good stance. Okay, and switch, kick, put it down. Okay, switch, kick, put it down. Oh, put it in front of you. 1, 2, kick. 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 Okay, keep going just like that. And I'm still trying to turn those hips over with each one. Good job. Grab yourself a quick drink of water if you need it. And then we're going to finish up with some combinations. All right. So that's a good drill. Again, you don't have to exaggerate the switch or kick too hard, but just getting the concept down and getting that hip behind you, turning your hip over when you kick, that'll set you up. Okay, so just keep working on that. Cool, you guess. All right. Well, I guess too, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe you've never done a Thai class before. That's on you. All right. First up, we'll start with our regular 4 count. Now that's going to start with our switch kick that we just went over. All right. And then we're going to follow that with the right hand, left hand, right kick. All right. Now, if you want, you can change up the cross to the overhand. Okay. And if you want, instead of throwing that hook up to the head, you can dip down and throw the hook to the body. Okay. That's fine with me. If you want to switch up the punches, cool. But the thing that has to stay consistent for this round is you start your combo with your switch kick, you finish it with the rear leg round kick. Okay, if you have a little bit of room, you can work on your footwork and your stance in between the combination. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put a minute on the clock. Oops. All right, go ahead and start. Switch. Throw your kick. Bring that foot down. Cross. Hook. Rear leg kicks. Get back to the stance. Okay, you can move around a bit. Okay, so that's your regular 4 count. Now, reverse 4 count sounds just like it is. Instead of starting with the switch kick, Instead, we're going to start with the rear leg, okay? So we throw a rear leg round kick, we bring it back. This time we're going to go left hook, cross, or overhand. Then I finish it with the switch kick. Okay, so very similar to what we just did. Just flip it around, okay? Go ahead, give it a try. Rear leg round kick. Bring it back to your stance. Right hand, left hook, switch kick, finish back in your stance, okay? Keep doing that one. You got a little bit of room. Practice your footwork. Move around as you shadow box it. Good. Okay. Now, third version we're going to do is rear leg to rear leg. So this one won't have any switch kick in it. You're just going to start with the back leg. Okay. You throw your round kick, bring it back, hook, cross, or overhand, and then you finish it again with the rear leg kick. All right. So both kicks will be on your back leg this time. All right. So go ahead and shadow box this. Just 1 minute on the clock. Round kick with the rear leg. Put it down. Hook, cross, then throw the round kick again with the rear leg. And again, make sure you come back to that stance every time. Work on that footwork if you have the space. Good, okay. Now, last one, fourth one, we're going to go lead leg to lead leg. So we're going to actually switch twice. All right, we start with that switch kick at the beginning. Okay, put it down, right hand, left hand, then you switch kick again. Okay, so we're going lead leg to start, lead leg to finish. Okay. All right, last one. Let's shadow box this. Okay, switch, pop, switch. Okay, switch, punch, switch. Okay. Back to the stance in between each one. Don't get lazy. Don't throw the combination and just stop. Keep those hands up. Okay, if the round's going, you got to pretend like you're in a fight. You can't drop the hands. You got to be ready for anything. Okay? Switch kick. Switch kick. Time. There you go. Good job. Grab yourself a quick drink, and that covers all 4 of the 4 counts. All right. Nice job, guys. Again, last week for our essential technique and combination was our switch kick and our 4 counts. So I just wanted to really dive into that, help you guys. Some of the submissions I saw were very good, but the common things I saw were the balance, okay, and making sure you're finishing in that fighting stance. So make sure every time you're training combinations or we're shadow boxing like this, that you make sure you get back to your stance. You got to train those good habits. Okay, if you don't, they become bad habits. If you develop bad habits, they're really tough to fix later on. Okay, because your body gets so used to doing it the wrong way. We have to try to reshape and remold that bad habit, so that way, if you do decide to compete, or if you ever get in a situation where you need to protect yourself, okay, that you're not exposed or put in a bad situation. Okay, so work on that stance, work on the footwork first and foremost. Okay, especially for beginners. If you've never done Muay Thai before, or this is all new to you, really hammer home the basics. Okay, the more you do that, the easier everything else will get. And when we finally are able to open back up and you can come in for classes, we can start working on building off of that tremendous foundation that you've already established. Okay, and we can build on those good habits that you've hopefully been forming this whole time. Okay, so good job, nice work. Again, we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes for a conditioning and fitness video. Okay, you can follow along live with that. If you can never make these times, that's okay. The videos will get uploaded to the channel immediately afterwards, so you can go back later in the day. You just have to go to view recent live streams on the YouTube channel. You can watch any of them and follow along. They'll stay up for about a week or two, and then they'll be moved off of the channel, so that way we can make room and put up new content for you guys for however long this quarantine goes. So good job. Make sure you get yourself something to drink. We'll be back here shortly. Later on in the week, we'll work on some knees, and I'm going to give you guys a couple balance drills to work on, okay? So good job, guys. Nana, you're very welcome. Nice job, ma'am. Shreyan Kamari, sorry if I got that name wrong. That's a tough one, but thanks for jumping in. I hope you were able to learn something or enjoy the video, and we'll be back shortly. Thank you guys very much.